Key point. Your titles don't matter. My titles don't matter. So I'm scrolling through LinkedIn. I'm looking at everybody's titles. I was like, bruh, these titles don't mean nothing. Like, honestly, we can label and categorize everything that we want to. We can assign value to different positions and roles and responsibilities, and that's just within work and employment. But when you really think about it, these titles is just a collection of letters that form words, and then we apply definitions to them, but it don't really mean much until there's action and outcomes and influences and impacts that are connected to the title. Not even connected to the title though, connected to the person that enacts the influence, that produces the outcomes. So think about it like this with SpongeBob. As soon as I said SpongeBob, you automatically got the big teeth, the big laugh, sponge, yellow, got the spatula in hand making Krabby Patties. You automatically associate it so much with just the word SpongeBob. That's because you're familiar with it. You may be familiar with it. You may have watched plenty of episodes of it. You may have watched the show and the movies. And the people behind SpongeBob SquarePants as a character, they really put in that work to produce something that has become honestly, I'm pretty sure it's a global phenomenon. Like, I've seen YouTube videos of SpongeBob scenes translated in like 18 different languages. So when you really think about it, the title or the name SpongeBob is connected to a character that brings up a lot of joy, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of humor, a lot of good feelings for a lot of people. Some people hate SpongeBob, but you know. But like really think about it. If I didn't speak English, for example, and I saw the word SpongeBob, it wouldn't mean anything to me. Like if my native language was Thai, Thai, Thai. If my native language was Thai and I saw English written on a piece of paper and the English word was SpongeBob, it probably wouldn't mean much to me if I didn't know any English. But if I was to just watch a couple episodes of SpongeBob, right? And I would see the humor, the comedy, the antics, the goofy laughter from SpongeBob and Patrick, the funny faces, and all of the fun that's connected to that TV show. It wouldn't really matter what they were saying, but looking at the animation and just the amount of colors and schemes and backdrops that all came together to create the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants, I wouldn't care about the name or the title or the language that it was presented in. I would be so focused on everything that I could comprehend, which is, the colors, the antics, like the physical comedy that's connected to it, the humor. SpongeBob's laugh. Just listening to him laugh, listening to Patrick laugh, listening to Squidward laugh when he does. It's not too often. But just seeing it play out is what would leave an imprint on my imagination, or what would leave the good impression on me. It's not about the title of the show. It's about the show. It's about what actually happened, what practically took place before me. So linking it back to LinkedIn, when I think about how we judge people based on their titles, their resume, their curriculum vitae, or vitae, however you want to pronounce it. It's like, bruh, there's only but so much you can do with a title or with some words. But at the end of the day, it's really about how the person acts, like what the person does, how the person holds themselves accountable, how the person treats others. I don't really care what your title is if you're a trash human being. If your personality is doo-doo and you only give off nothing but negative energy, I don't care what your title is. And so? Because consider this. And I'll stick in the vein of language. Let's say I go to Germany. I don't speak German yet. But I go to Germany and I encounter a group of people whose native language is German. They don't speak any English at all. I don't speak any German at all. Yet, there's still other modes of communication that can convey like good intent, positive human interaction. In which case, if I was to go to Germany and try to speak English and talk about the titles that I have at home and talk about, you know, my accomplishments and the things that I've been doing back at home, it's like, first of all, they're not going to understand what I'm saying because I'm speaking in a foreign language. Second of all, my titles don't matter in that situation. They don't really care, because even certain titles and certain characteristics of an individual that may be valuable and of merit in one social context, maybe it doesn't translate the same in a different social context, in a different cultural context. But consider, I leave all my titles to the side. All I care about is showing that I want nothing but good for the people who are in front of me. So that could be something as simple as a wave. Just saying, hey. That could be as simple as sharing whatever I have. So let's say I got some music. I can play music for them. I can turn on some music that sounds good, and I can share some dance moves. And we can share a moment of, you know, having a good time, vibing to some music for real. No titles, hardly any verbal communication, but it's all just like straight up, I'm showing you, I'm demonstrating, I'm exhibiting behaviors that are, I guess, pro-social in that situation. I'm showing you that I want to be your friend, or I'm showing you that I want to be cool with you. Like, I just want to share what I have because I think it's good, and I think you may also enjoy it. that's also like the premise of this whole YouTube thing that I'm doing. But key point, your titles don't matter. My titles don't matter. Anybody that's watching this that don't know me, you have no idea what I've done in my life over the past 25 years. All you have to go off of is this video, if it's the first video you've seen of me. That's it. And until you dig into my history, and the internet is there so you can stalk me or whatever, but it don't matter what titles I have in this moment if it's the first time you're seeing me. Because even if you see whatever titles are connected to me or whatever titles I've held in the past, you still don't know how I operated in those titles or operated in those positions with those titles. So, leave you with this. If you let your dimensions, actually, I'll leave you with this. Don't let your human attributed dimensions define you. You define your dimensions and you act accordingly. And by acting accordingly, you should ideally make a positive impact on the lives of others.